I made a video about 3 weeks ago, and it was a joke. But today, I realized one of the hardest parts about being a parent is actually showing up and being present. Yesterday while I was in class, my daughter's teacher texted and said she was having some issues with some talking and a little attitude. And I know my kid, and I know it's true. I was a talker. Still am. I'll talk to a tree. But I hadn't made my presence in the school yet. I've been busy with my own stuff, but being a parent always comes first. So I asked the teacher, well, what time is your class? I'm going to pop up. I do pop-ups. So she told me what time she would be in there. And so, I waited until, my first decision was, how do I approach this? Because if I go in there looking a certain way, my presence alone speaks for itself. So if I go in there and I'm dressed a certain way, or if I'm not smiling, I could come off as the angry black mom. And I'm not the only one. It can happen. You get that resting bitch face, whatever. So how am I going to go in there? I didn't wear this. I didn't want to go in there like this. I did, however, have my little earrings on and stuff. But I went in there and I looked a little bit more professional, more serious. Take me serious, because so of course the teacher was expecting me, but the lady in the front wasn't. So they asked me for my ID, I signed in or whatever, and she tell me where to go. I don't really know about this school, so I'm gonna find my way. And when I got to the classroom was kind of open a little bit, and I just wanted to peek in the door, not let my presence be known. But the teacher, knowing I was coming and seeing me at the door, waved me in, which made all the kids, of course, look my way, try to figure out who mama is that, and I asked my daughter last night, I said, do they think you have a black mama, or do they know that you have a black mama? Like, which one is? Do they think you got a white mama, or do they think you have a black mama? Like, which one is it? And so I stay in the classroom, and I'm very observant. I'm watching not just my kid, because I need to see if she's talking, who she's talking to. Where she's sitting, is she sitting near somebody that she wants to carry on the conversation? Should she be moved? And I'm looking around. Immediately my head start hurting and my eyes start feeling a certain way. So I know it's my allergies. And so I'm looking around trying to see what's causing this issue, because my daughter is highly allergic to. So the ceiling is full of dust. It's collected around the lights and some of the other things that's up there. The room is muggy. The kids, of course, the kids, they kind of musty. And so the environment is not, it wouldn't be conducive to my learning. I know my learning style. They are reading The Secret Garden. I'm in my 40s. I've never read it. I never watched a movie. I don't even know what the fuck it's about, to be honest with you. And I understand that the kids don't get to choose the books. The teachers don't get to choose the books. Somebody that doesn't even know that these little black and brown and even the white kids are being forced to read a book is so fucking outdated. I even decided while I was sitting there, I was like, well, what was I reading in middle school? It was Tuck Everlasting. Somebody like and not just the book is boring. And I wouldn't want to read it, but I seen the other kids, like I seen some of them playing on their laptop. I seen like one little boy, he had the had the chair up on two legs. I said, put the chair down. And I told my kid, turn around, try to read through it. I know it's hard, but it doesn't. And I know it's not the teacher's fault. They don't make a lot of money. And at this school, she probably make even less than I think that she make. It's not decorated to where I feel like, oh, I want to go in here and read. And I know that that's not the teacher's responsibility. But if you want them, like, you got to meet them where they at. And so some soft music playing in the background, low lights, diffuser with some essential oils going on in there. It's so stuffy. Something that would create an environment that make me want to read, because the shit that I'm reading is absolutely trash. Am I in the way? And so I can understand the talking, right? I can understand her being so bored, because I saw it on all the other kids' faces. But the teacher has to pull small groups together and help them and things like that. And then I said, okay, I can see the talking, because I will be talking too. But the attitude, she can kill that. I'm not dealing with that. So then when class was over, they were on activity schedule, so their class got cut a little short so they can go to lunch super early, which lunch was at 10:15. I'm like, that's a little early, but okay. And we get in the cafeteria, and it's 3 men, not welcoming, not friendly faces, none of that. 2 of them was staff, 1 of them was the SRO, the security guard. The police officer. He's on his telephone. I don't feel secure, okay? The other 2 are grumbling and barking out orders and making the kids that are talking, because they on silent lunch. They can't talk in the classroom. They can't talk in the cafeteria. If they talk in the hallways, they'll be too loud. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what the, like, I would have to be in a special class, in a special school, in middle school, because that feels like prison. Like, I've seen some prison shows that, have a little more independence, a little more freedom, a little more, I don't know. Well, I don't know what it was. I'm like, okay, then if you do talk, you got to sit on the stage with your back turned. I mean, like, okay, I understand that, kids are rowdy, but I didn't see a problem, maybe they got in trouble before and they couldn't talk. I don't know what the issue was. But to me, if you tell them to shut up in the cafeteria and they can't talk in the cafeteria, then then when I get in class, I got to talk. I got to be social. It's a part of it. And I hate that they sit in the class and then they may have one gym class, but it's nothing out. Like, even the door to the classroom, she had an outside door. Like, I would have cracked it open for, it's a nice little breeze. Like, let some life into this room or something. But I do know me, and I know the way I would not be able to learn in that school. I would have to be in a special, but then too, I was in that type of class. It wasn't that strict. It wasn't, I don't know, but I was intelligent enough to do my work, do it fast and do it right, and then do whatever I wanted to do afterwards. I'm still able to do that. And that's all I want for my kid. The balance. Do the work, do it right. Don't get in trouble. Like, I don't ask for a lot, but being present, because I understand, like, a lot of parents can't just get off their job and go sit in the classroom to see what's up. I get that, but I think that when they making decisions on what books to pull, what books to approve and all that, like, they need to talk to some students, like talk to 8th grade students to see what they are reading and what genre. Because I know when my oldest was in middle school, she was reading Twilight, and Twilight wasn't on nobody's list, but she enjoyed the books. So I don't know what the answer is, but I know it's boring. And with my ADD, ADHD, neurodivergent, baby, my mama would have to homeschool me, because let me take the GED early. This won't work for me. But I have to make it work for her, because it has to work for me. For now, until I can find somewhere else for her to attend that would fit her learning style.